Please state your name for the record.
Leonard Fournette III.
Mr. Fournette, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Nothing but the truth.
Great. So, tell us Leonard Fournette's story. Where are you from?
From New Orleans, Louisiana. Went to my high school. I went to St. Augustine, Purple Knight, 2600, and college I went to was LSU.
Okay. You know, I went to Alabama, so
yeah.
Don't hate me. You
didn't throw me. We got the best of y'all.
You did.
It's cool.
You did.
It's cool.
So, we're good.
Yeah.
So, we're here because of the March Tomorrow, the Black Lives Matter movement. Tell us about growing up black in Louisiana or just generally in the United States.
Louisiana is different for me. I went to all boys black school, Catholic black school, high school. We played football, basketball, the normal things like that. And just going back, it's always been hard, always been different. I can remember when I was younger, in my neighborhood, my dad went to the store for me one time, and I was telling him to hurry up or whatever. He probably don't remember, I remember this too. He was coming from the store, and he was running towards me, and the police thought he was running from there, or whatever the case may be. And they asked him, I think they had him probably like 30 minutes or whatever, and asked him what he was running from. I remember the whole thing. When I was a kid, I was probably 7, 6 years old. So it's something we've been going through most of our entire lives.
And we talked about it over the FaceTime about the talk in the white community is about the birds and the bees, right?
Yeah.
So it makes parents nervous to have that talk. What's the talk about in the black community?
It's nervous for me. I know a lot of people too. That's my color. You know what I mean? Because I have kids. I don't want this situation to go on any longer. I don't have to worry for my kids going out. They're gonna have a good time, and they get pulled over, might get shot, killed, or whatever. So that's why this protest is here right now, and that's why I wanted to do it, just to let people on the other side just to understand that it's bigger than the kneeling. It's bigger than everything that's going on right now. It's about just having equal rights.
So for years, sometimes people would say Black Lives Matter, and other people would yell back at them, All Lives Matter. But why doesn't that really make sense? Why do we need to add emphasis to Black Lives Matter?
Because I think sometimes, like I say, it's like my guy made a song called The Other Side. We know a certain life, just like they know a certain life. They don't. It's come from two different backgrounds. Some people grew up in the suburbs. I grew up in the hood. So a lot of things with police brutality, I've been seeing that since I was young. And a lot of people don't grow up seeing that. So I've witnessed it since a child. I've been seeing it going on for years and years. So, I just think sometimes, I think it's the time for right now for everybody to just stand up for what they believe in.
Why is it important for you, Leonard Fournette, to lend your voice and do a march?
It's very important. I have a platform, one of the most likable faces also in the NFL too. And especially out here in Duval, the team I play with, Jacksonville, I think it's pretty big. Like I said, if you don't stand up for nothing, you'll fall for anything, to be honest. That's my biggest thing right now. I just want to, instead of talking about it, I just want to do more. I think that's what action needs to be taken each and every day until, we feel like it could be changed.
Okay, so what do you have planned for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll get together 10 a.m. It's going to be the protest. What time we're going to start? I think Lil Duval's going to be there. We have a lot of guys coming in right now. And it's going to be something special, to see both sides of the community come together and protest. And also, you can hear our stories, what we have to say, and how we're feeling, our feelings toward the whole situation with George Floyd too. So it's going to be big. I think it's good for the community, also for the city. So
when we were talking, we talked about victims,
yeah.
People that had seen this firsthand. And I know Greg Hill's family's coming. He was shot through a closed garage door after police were on his property for 60 seconds because of a loud music complaint. And Jordan Davis was killed here locally, not by a police officer, but as a result of just racist actions. What does it mean to be able to walk with victims?
It means a lot. I can be that voice for those guys who didn't make it. Who couldn't share their story either. I could be that platform for them and understand. They have someone like me who their story's gonna look through. I'm a young black man myself, so I think it's my destiny, to to lead by example. You know, I have kids, I have sons. You know what I mean, and just be the best man I could be.
Let's talk about your kids.
Yeah.
How old?
3 months. I have a 4-year-old. I have a 5-year-old.
Okay. What's it like? What's it like? In maybe their upbringing is a little different than your upbringing, but on the same token, it's to some extent not. But tell me about being a dad right now with what's going on.
You scared? It's scary. You know what I mean? Especially in the world we're living in right now, and just trying to mold your kids to give them a better lifestyle. You know, but there's also on the other hand, you know, if they get pulled over, you know, and it's the brutal reality of it. You know, they get pulled over, they might, you don't know. You know, especially what's going on right now. It's crazy how everything's going right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have sons and daughters. You know, and the biggest thing for me, when I get older down the line, to ever get that call and be like, my child got shot, and just for no reason, you know, just for being black. You know what I mean? And I think that's the hardest thing nowadays that really pushes the motor for a lot of guys. You know, it's hard seeing another person of my skin, my color, you know, innocent victims get killed each and every day.
Have you lost any friends or family members?
No. But like I say, we're family, and by line, you know, George Floyd's family, you know, Arkansas Sterling family. At the end of the day, you know, it's hard being a black man in America. You know, especially if you come from a different background, you've been in prison. It's hard to get a job, you know, do the right thing to feed your family. You know, they look at all that.
Awesome. Kind of struck by the moment. So, how did tomorrow happen? Like, how was that set up?
So it's gonna happen. Actually, it's so crazy. When I brought the idea, the mayor came to me automatically. And, you know, he wrote me. I always had his number. He called me. He's like, man, Leonard, I want to do it with you. You know, because I think he gets it. You know, for number one, you know, he's been around. He's come around our football team for the last 3 years that I've been here. You know, his kids love me, his daughters, sons, things like that. And we kind of grew to be family, becoming a family too. You know, and then I reached out to a lot of other guys, Lil Duval, DJ Shell, a lot of the main faces that's from here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not from here. You know what I mean? I met a lot of those guys in my last 3 years here. You know, so why not get those faces, you know, that's from here, who's gone through it before I got here, and just to get them out there to come watch with us.
How's Jacksonville been for you?
It's been good. It's been good for me. The people, it's everything. You know, I love it here.
So that brings me to some level of football in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And I try to put myself in your shoes during the draft when they were talking about trading and kind of, you know, getting rid of Leonard Fournette like a tangible item.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Like I said, over the years, I understand it's a business. You know, at the end of the day, you know, there's no hard feelings. But my job is to always make sure I'm ready. You know, I have another season here in Jacksonville. You know, give everyone out here my all. You know, like I said, I love this game. I love football. I love my teammates. You know, even the new guys who came in. You know, I can't wait to meet them after this Corona stuff goes away. You know, so I'm just looking forward to the season. You know, I've been working hard, busting my tail, just getting better, stronger, and faster.
How's off-season conditioning been going?
It's cool. I've been training in the facility. You know, me and my trainer Morgan Wells been getting it in each and every day. You know, no days off. And I think today's been probably my only off day in like 3 months. You know, so I came down and just do the protest, and I'm gonna fly back to Dallas and start like training again. Okay.
What kind of message would you send to fans? So fans don't know, and I guess players don't even know what the rules are going to be for people coming to the stadium, and COVID and all that stuff. But what's your message to Jaguars fans about the 2020 season?
Well, we've been on Zoom calls every day, you know, and they haven't came up with a final solution for it. But hopefully, the fans get to come to the games, you know, because as players, we're nothing without them. You know, they bring the energy. They bring everything to our stadium. You know, nobody doesn't want to play in a stadium empty. You know, not for the fans.
There's things that. So I'm a season ticket holder. You've seen pictures of my kids. Like we're Leonard Fournette fans.
Yeah.
My wife and I took a picture with you on the sidelines in Charlotte, and you came up, and it was like you were our best friend. Like you're just such a good guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think people know how often you almost leave the stadium naked because you give away your jersey and your shoes and everything. How often do you give away your stuff?
Every game, you know, I probably find a younger fan in the stands, or sometimes might be older. You know, because you got to cherish those moments. You know what I mean? Like, especially in the league. You know, unfortunately, it's a young man's game. You know, we all getting older and older each and every year, second or whatever the case may be. And I just want to impact people's lives. You know what I mean? Like, I met a man yesterday in Dallas. I think he was a Tampa Bay fan or whatever the case may be, and he needed like $12 just to catch the train to meet his mother. I think his mother was sick. And he was showing me his tattoos. He was like, man, you should do like that guy Leonard Fournette, man. He's like, maybe I'm tripping. I'm like, yeah, my name is Leonard. You know what I mean? He's like, Fournette. He's like, man, I always been a fan of you. But it's things like that, you know what I mean, that the football world has brought us to meet people and things like that, and it's beautiful.
That's great. What happened with one of your, I think it was an early jersey, I could be wrong. But there was a rival fan that got a hold of one of your jerseys. What's that story?
I think it was an Eagles fan.
It was an Eagles fan. Tell me about that story.
He lied to me, actually. Like, I'm a big Fournette fan, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, you got an Eagles jersey. I don't know if I should give you this, which I never should have gave it to him, right? And next thing you know, it was on eBay going for sale. Everybody on Twitter's like, man, he's selling your jersey. You should never give it to him. So actually, a fan from Jacksonville brought the jersey back, right? And I signed it for him. And now it's probably in his man cave or whatever the case may be.
It is, and I tried to buy it from him to sell it. I offered him more than what he paid.
Yeah.
But them's the breaks. I have a feeling I know a guy that can give me one if I want one. So, so it sounds like you love Jacksonville and you want to spend time in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You want to have a contract in Jacksonville.
Yeah, most definitely.
What?
Yeah.
That's not what's being reported. Right?
Yeah, but like I say, it's they're always gonna twist it up, you know, put their own words on. Like that's just what it is, especially in this sport we play, you know. So we'll see coming into the season.
It's business.
Yeah, it's a business. Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day.
Did you have any conversations? So tell me about the Zoom. So I know about like Dilla and Cap and some of those guys I'm friendly with.
Yeah.
How did all that happen?
I think one day, I think it started with Call of Duty. I put a post on my Twitter about Call of Duty, and he was like, man, I'll play with you. He was like, man, we on a Zoom call, a couple of fans want to talk to you. And I got on there like 3 days straight just talking to him, so actually, it went good.
So you did live commentary for Jags fans during the draft.
Yeah, I did.
And had fun and made jokes and commented about our draft picks. Like, who does that?
I don't know. You know, that's just me.
Yeah,
I've always been like that.
I love it. Going back to some more serious stuff. Well, let me definitely going back to more serious stuff. Have you ever had a police encounter that was negative?
Yeah. A lot of them, especially when they get pulled over, you know, they kind of talk to you crazy, you know what I mean, tell you, show them your ID, and they're like, oh, you Leonard Fournette. So they hope a perspective change after that. You know, I had plenty of them before, you know what I mean? So it wakes you up at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It wakes you up always, you know, and I always go back, I think about, you know, my cousins, you know, uncles, my father, my brother, my sisters, you know, so what if their names wasn't Fournette? You know, would you respect them or show them the same respect? You just think like that go through my mind.
Right. If you could change one or two things about Jacksonville, what would you change?
I mean, I don't know too much about Jacksonville. You know, I've been here 3 years now. I'm going on my 4th year. You know, the people's like I said, they've always been great to me. You know, but the one I changed, I think the black and white community should be closer than what it is. Just understanding both sides.
So you're going to be at City Hall.
Yeah.
Are you familiar? Have you ever been to City Hall?
No.
Okay. Right across the street.
They say it's a park, right?
Right across the street's a park.
Yeah.
It's called Hemming Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big statue in Hemming Plaza that's a Civil War monument. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
What's your take on something like that? Like, should we have Civil War monuments in our principal park in Jacksonville, Florida?
See, that's tough. You know what I mean? Not if they're not living by it. You know what I mean? Not if they're not doing the right thing by it. If not, they should be taken down. To be honest.
And that's some of the talk. Politicians tend to say the things to remain politicians, right? And it's tough. So Jacksonville has about a 30% African American population. It's very diverse, very rich.
Yeah.
And then during consolidation, they consolidated the whole county into one big city, promising representation for all the little cities. That's why you have kind of pockets here instead of one big city. But it's a beautifully rich town, and I know I believe you've visited the north side, and I think even donated some gym equipment.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I forgot what the name of the high school was.
So Reebok or Rains?
Rains High School. So I mailed up 900, I think like 2,000 of my trophies. You know what I mean? And like built them a brand new weight room. Got them some equipment to lift and stuff. And actually, it's so crazy. They wound up winning the state championship too that same year. So like I say, man, I always give it back because I came from that environment. I was brought up in that. And unfortunately, a lot of guys didn't come back and give to us. That's just the way, I don't know, that's how it was. So that's why I say this generation, I feel like we have a lot of voices. A lot of guys are going to step up, use their platform right, and also going to speak for what they think that should be right at the end of the day.
So what's next? So people come to the protest. We all march together. What would you hope for after that?
Man, hopefully it's changed their mind. I just watched a movie last night called Just Mercy. It's a great movie. I never heard it. I think it's Mercy on Mercury. I think it's just Mercy though. And it's about a guy in Alabama. He changed his mind about giving a death sentence to someone in jail. Just show him he was lying. His false statements they made on him, things like that. And hopefully, I just want this protest to change guys' mind, even if you are racist on racism. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not right. It's not a good look at the end of the day, to be honest.
So give us. So you speaking tomorrow?
Yeah, I am.
You got your words written and memorized.
Yeah, I got a couple. Yeah.
Give us a preview.
This really is gonna be talking about the racism. Between the difference between blacks and whites, because it's a lot of things that have been going on. To be honest, especially with some athletes been saying things. And people just not agreeing, disagreeing with some things a lot of athletes say. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's always the other side. Like, unfortunately, I've been on both sides now. Not having money to having money. So I know how I feel from both sides.
The Jaguars did a march today not today, but this week from the stadium to the jail. How does it feel to have an organization do that, particularly when most others in the NFL haven't been so full-fledged?
Oh, it's incredible, man, to have, especially the owner like Mr. Khan, you know what I mean? Also, a head coach like Coach Doug, they was kind of upset about the whole thing, what happened, immediately during the Zoom call, our team meeting, he kind of held it, he wanted all the players to see how we felt on the whole situation, talk about it, and they're 100% with us. Like, even in 2017, when we knew, our owner probably one of the only guys who knew with us too, so 100% he's behind us, and I love what he's doing.
Let's talk about that. So, Jacksonville's a big military town, beautiful military town. And it did seem that people were getting confused about kneeling and whether that was disrespecting the flag or sending a message.
Yeah.
Explain that. Explain what it really was about.
Yeah, it's sending a message. It's never the flag. I have family in the military too, myself. You know, so it's never about disrespecting the flag. It's just we want our rights. You know, we want people to respect us. You know, our color. You know, because like I said, it's hard. It's hard being a black man. At the end of the day, it's tough. You know, that's just like when I seen the thing with LeBron. You know what I mean? Some ladies told him shut up and dribble. You know, and they said another comment about somebody. Well, he has a right to say what he wants. I mean, we all do. So I'm not. It's not one side of the story. It has to be equal for both sides.
Your friends, I'm gonna lean on them. They got any questions? He's sworn to tell the truth. So. Anybody? There we go.
What can we do?
As suburban
white kids,
as
on the
diehard LSU fans that have loved you, forever.
Yeah, I mean,
and don't feel that way in our heart. How can I express that in more than I try to?
What is the action that we can?
What action do we need to take?
I think the action is, like I said, it's always different, but just listen to us. You know what I mean? You got people who was brought up that way. Fortunately, they're stuck in their ways. They're not going to listen. But just have an ear and a heart for this whole circumstance, because it's bigger than football. It's bigger than kneeling. This goes back 100 years since then. And finally you have a couple of athletes, guys, young men, grown men, that have a voice and they're using it in a positive and in the right way.
Beautiful. Anything else?
One other thing, I keep hearing silence is wrong, and I agree with that completely right now.
Yeah.
And I know people that I've known for years that I've seen their social media pages and they're silent.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the ways that we're able to help out is bringing the voice. What do you have to say to that? And now more than ever, speaking up and action speak louder than words, but using whatever platform.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's the right way to speak up right now, because when y'all have kids, you don't want your kids thinking racism is right. Cause y'all was brought up that way, you know what I mean? It's just it hits different, especially when you have kids too. You know what I mean? Being a black father, and I've witnessed it with my father. It's even my situation in Jacksonville when I got arrested. You know what I mean? They had a lot of police officers, 8 police officer calls out the helicopter. When he thought I killed someone. It was crazy. But like I said, even that reflects on like. When my child asked me, Dad, you got arrested, this, that, third, like it hit you different. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure I be that change for this generation, even for my kids' generation. That my dad taught me right from wrong. My dad taught me was not to be racist or was racism is. You know what I mean? Like you have to teach your kids that, because you instill the wrong things in them, they're gonna think it's right. No matter what you say or how much you preach to them.
People know their bubble.
Yeah.
And if you don't expand them to a bubble that has love in it and has equality in it, they're going to be stuck in that bubble.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I remember that day, and reporters were kind of poking in, and news helicopters were flying.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are under such a microscope. What's that like? Like you going out to eat, just how does it affect your life being, a star NFL running back?
It doesn't affect my life at all. I've been, fortunately, I've been dealing with this since I was in 8th grade. You know what I mean? So I've been dealing with this since 8th grade, under microscope, and I've been doing things as much as I can. I've never been a troublemaker. I've never gotten in trouble. I'm not getting in trouble in college or high school, nothing like that, things like that. So, like I said, unfortunately, it's an event that happened, like I said, nobody's life's perfect. We all go through things. It's gonna be bumpy roads on our lives. Like I said, I'm only 25. I got years to come, years to live. You know what I mean? So it just happened.
So tell me about your shirt and what it means.
You can read it. What is it?
It's a beautiful day to be black.
So my girl gave it to me. She's here. She's right there behind the camera. I wish I could put it in the camera. She's right there. She gave me the shirt. Actually, she DM'd me too. Leonard, I would like you to support my shirt, this, that, and like I said, it means everything.
You know what I mean? Especially from a young black man like myself, and also she's a black owner. You know, she's trying to
get her things up and coming. Like I said, we had to talk about it too. And it's about that, man. It's about you get put in certain situations to try to bring other people with you. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. And right now, I'm not talking about color. It could be black, white. It don't matter right now. It's just if we come together and we work together and to end this so-called racism, the world will be a lot better.
Each one help one.
Yes.
Look right in this camera, and there's somebody sitting at home who racism hasn't affected them because they've been comfortably in their bubble.
Yeah.
I want you to look in this camera, and I want you to tell them why we need them to speak up and help.
Yeah, this is Leonard Fournette here, and want to end racism, period, man. Need y'all voice, you know, y'all voice matters, not just ours. Just because we have a platform doesn't mean y'all can't use y'all's. You know, God uses everybody and the way He wants them to use it. So I want us to come together. I want to see everybody at the protest tomorrow for 10 a.m. Come out, man. I want to see everybody out there supporting each other, ending this whole racism thing, and let's come together as a family.
Was it fair?
Fair.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm cool.
Okay, man. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, most definitely.
You can step down.